All right, how's everybody doing? This is the, we've got all our jars. We done got them cock locked and ready to rock. Here they all are. Okay, so now what we're doing, the pressure cooker has already had some in it. All the ones on the floor all the ones on the floor, them are the ones that are ready. And these ones in here, which I'm just recording, showing you one of these. So what you do when your pressure cooker's through, they might don't tell you this in the manual, but I'm telling you, you turn it off, take your little weight off the top, and wait till that gets to zero. When it gets there, we'll take the next step. Now look here, I'm trying to tell y'all that this is one of the best investments you'll ever make if you're gonna grow mushies. The pressure cooker. No, I'm joking. Everybody knows that. But one of the best investments you will ever make. I can't find the other one right now though. It don't matter, one's plenty. These right here, they are heat gloves. You can grab stuff that's hot, and guess what? It makes it not hot. I might get them up here, hang on. Well, that's interesting. Anywho, like I said, all you need is one. So let's just give it a second. Y'all didn't know I was a karate ninja? Yes, I am. I can assure you that this is... Anywho, we're down to about 5 psi, so we're getting it moving. We're getting it moving. This is a good time for me to tell you to come if you have any questions that ain't appropriate for YouTube. Then you can come over and see me on Facebook, Colby Smith Trip Daddy. I'm on Instagram too, but honestly I can't even remember my name on there. If you got any questions, please leave them in the comment section. I love a good conversation about mushrooms. A lot of people that I see in person wonder why I do these big jars instead of to go big. Most people use the bags. Well, I don't like the bags because that's a big waste on the environment. I'm gonna show you something else later, but I try not to skip ahead from because I want to prioritize these videos according to categories. You know, like grain jars, filling them, making them, stuffing them in the pressure cooker. Then I want to do one on agar, ketchup cup, and then glass and wine. And then fruit and chambers, still air box, and so on. I want to prioritize each of the sections. So, y'all won't know that I'm struggling with any of that because by the time I upload the first video, I'm going to upload them all. So, thank you, and I appreciate y'all. Let me make sure we're still recording. Okay, all is well as ends well. We are down here on about 4 psi, but this safety valve will not drop until it's all the way down to zero. You want me to tell you why? Because it's a safety valve. It don't want to turn loose when there's pressure. No problem, that's no problem, that's all good for us. What we're going to do is just wait. Just wait. I'm going to show y'all what these are in a minute. A lot of people know what this is, or really anybody who's got a pressure cooker knows what this is, but a lot of people don't know what these are. This is actually the thing. This is actually on the trying to keep Mother Nature good side. I knew right off the bat that it wouldn't be a good idea to use ketchup cups. I knew they would work wonderfully, but they're plastic. So that means you can't put them in the pressure cooker, and then too, you can't reuse them. So I tried these jars, I didn't like it because they don't have a clear top, something I can see through. So I stuck a napkin in there, and then when I put this weight on the pressure cooker, I can put this on top of that, and it creates a situation to where this don't rattle and dingle. But you do have to keep your eye on the pressure cooker, because you will blow yourself off the dang planet. Keep that in mind. So just really don't do that. Okay, this is me telling you, don't do it. Use your pressure cooker as the manufacturer suggested, okay? All right. So it's dropping. Anytime now we should hear a little tick. I'm gonna quit talking so maybe you can hear the tick. Let me put the mic down there where we can all hear the tick. The tick fell, we did not hear it, but it did fall, trust me. So, we do there is we open her, see, and then I hold it with that because it's scalding hot. Put it on there. Now, a very important thing, these gloves are grand for heat, but what they don't do well with is if you get them wet, because then the water's hot. So what I do is I grab my first jar out so I can reach the tops. Now I wipe all the water off the tops. A lot of people put tinfoil and all that extra stuff in here, but I don't with my quart jars, because this unmodified anyway, so there's nothing that could get in there. Now look, when you take these out of there, they're extremely hot, and when you shake, it creates a lot of steam. What you don't want to do is you don't want to tighten these down too tight right now. The reason is because if you tighten these down tight, like I'm talking about real tight, if that's loose, you want to, as soon as it starts tightening, you want to stop turning. The reason is because when these cool down, it's going to create a vacuum in there, and that vacuum, ouch, that vacuum will be so hard to unscrew that you don't be able to. I mean, you might not be able to get it out, get it off. There's something about the heat expanding, pressing up, and then when it cools, it sucks it down. So you want to barely have these on. I mean, you want to barely have them tight, but at the same time, you want to remember that when your next one gets done, when your next set of jars get done, by the time them have a little time to cool down, you want to be sure to come over there and then tighten them as tight as they can after they're cool. The reason you don't want to forget about them is because the whole name of this game is minimize the chance and the possibility of a contam getting in. Right now you're leaving them a little loose because we got steam and all kind of stuff pushing up, and the jars are so hot no contam would come near them. But as soon as they cool down, lock them sun guns down tight as you can until you're going to use them. It's very important. If you've done this right, you should be able to store these jars for, I'd say, a month anyway. I mean, I wouldn't go no longer than a month. But you could store them for a month at least. All right, now remember, each time you use your pressure cooker in between uses, you don't have to clean it out or nothing like that. It's just like in between uses, you might want to clean it, but not in between each different use. Like if I'm gonna use it 20 times, say, to do all these jars, I can just fill it up with water each time in between. Make sure you put cold water in it to kind of neutralize that scalding hot water that's in there. The reason why you want to do that is because if you don't, you're going to end up with busted jars. When you put these jars that are cold in there in that scalding hot water, it'll send a crackle on the bottom of it. Sometimes you'll hear it, but sometimes you won't, and then you'll be taking these out of here and they'll blow up on you or something. All right, the same thing you did down there to get them hand tight, you're going to do that in reverse. You're going to find the tight point and then barely unscrew it. The reason you do that is because this is unmodified lid tech, and we don't want so much pressure to build up inside our jars that they explode in there. We're trying to minimize losses here. So, like I said, the best technique is find the tight point and then quarter turn it. Generally, just about a ½ inch will work from tight. So if this is tight, then just about a ½ inch, that does it. This is really, really going to be a great how-to guide. I've seen every how-to guide on the internet, and there was several things that I did not get, or that they did not make clear to me, or they didn't give me options. I'm going to give you options and tell you why we're doing it the way I say do it, and then give you an option for another way to do it in case you don't like the way I say to do it. But just do it the way I say. All right, so we got 10 jars. Normally I can fit 11, but I cracked the top on my pressure cooker right here. So if this don't just go right perfect, then I'm gonna pull that one out because I don't wanna, I got some JB Weld tonight to fix the crack, but I ain't gonna do that until later because I got a bunch more jars to cook. So remember, when you start off, you put it on high. Some people say leave this off and just let it start boiling and then put this on, but I put this one on immediately. And then the first time I hear it, the first time it makes any noise at all, then I put my secondary weight on top of that. You'll understand why when you have your own pressure cooker, if you ever try it. All right, so she's on high now. We got the new water in there. We were taking our glove off because our hand's sweating. And now it is the wonderful game you get to play when you're growing mushrooms that is called hurry up and wait. All right? That's what we're going to do now. We're going to hurry up and wait. Thank y'all. See you at the next one.